let's talk about Kylie Jenner and how she can rebrand herself to have the same success in the public eye as Hailey Bieber. But first, why should Kylie consider a rebrand anyway? Kylie's multiple businesses and ultimately lifestyle depend on her popularity and relevance in today's social media climate. She had a great start to her career by being already famous from her family's TV series Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Kylie was kind of a black sheep of the family that the viewers were rooting for, while her sisters Kim and Kendall were given the opportunities she could only dream of. It felt like Kylie had to work hard to be accepted and liked, while Kim and Kendall received this kind of recognition by default due to their looks, regardless of their behavior on screen. But something interesting happened when Kylie began to post on social media. First of all, we got to know her as King Kylie with her cool hair, fun hangouts with friends, and silly Snapchat videos. There was something so relatable about Kylie, even despite things like dating a famous rapper or driving luxury cars at just 18 years old. Shortly after her newfound social media fame, which we can refer to as the King Kylie era, she launched her famous Kylie Cosmetics lip kit, which was a really big deal at the time. And funny enough, my sister got me one of the Kylie's lip kits when they first launched, and that was actually the best lip liner I've owned to date. It blended really well and lasted for a long time, which I really liked and even preferred to my Charlotte Tilbury lip liner. Kylie lip kits felt so revolutionary at the time, specifically to Kylie's teenage fans. And this product made a lot of sense for Kylie because of her famous lips at the time. But for some reason, even though the King Kylie branding was doing so well for her, Kylie took a different direction in her style and branding and began to resemble her sister Kim instead. I do not know if this was a conscious marketing decision coming from her team and Momager, or if it was a subconscious desire to be more like Kim. Kylie and Kim even had a makeup collab in 2017 where both sisters looked practically identical. And this is where I think Kylie began to lose her relevance and relatability because her fans were growing up and facing real-world challenges like paying bills, while Kylie focused more on sharing her lavish lifestyle that is unachievable to most, even with hard work. And even though this type of content can be interesting to scroll through on Instagram, it's not exactly aspirational and didn't resonate with her audience. Kylie's original advantage over Kim was her relatability and therefore relevance at the time, mostly because she was less glamorous than her older sisters and was hanging out with other popular celebrity girlies at the time. So I really don't understand why Kylie began to almost copy Kim in the way she presented herself on social media, with more emphasis on her luxurious lifestyle and appearance. I have a guess that Kylie was just following the girl boss aesthetic that was trending at the time, and after that she followed the old money, clean girl, and slow living aesthetics. Pretty much whatever is trending at the time. And even though trying out new aesthetics or following new trends isn't that deep, it does come across as insincere and starts to feel as just another marketing decision to sell more products. Fast forward to today, Kylie's multiple brands have a reputation of being an influencer brand that isn't worth its price tag. Her recent Kylie launch is even being accused of ripping off an Australian designer Jessica Johansson Bell. And with many people speculating that Kylie Jenner is not as rich as she used to be, it's not looking good for her as a social media personality. Also, with social media having the power to make anyone famous online, authenticity and transparency are the new currency. We want original, a true story, not another marketing move. I think that Kylie's recent return to King Kylie could mean that she wants to find herself again and live her most authentic life. And with all the comments about her looks from the Paris Fashion Week, I wouldn't be surprised if she's now looking to rebrand herself again to change the way she's perceived today. In my opinion, the best way for a wealthy celebrity to gain respect and a loyal fan base is to commit to one type of business, at least publicly, and really perfect their craft. This way, the celebrity brand will not be perceived as just another money grab project. Focusing on just one brand would lead to a genuine spark of curiosity from Kylie's fans. If she was willing to bet on just one project, I would probably check it out too, because when I think of Emma Chamberlain and her coffee brand or Hailey Bieber with Rhode, it makes me believe that the product I'm about to purchase is a passion project of high quality and intention. One of the things that make Hailey so popular these days is her consistent commitment to Rhode. It feels like Hailey really cares about her products and has a humble and down-to-earth approach to interacting with her followers. And to be fair, Kylie could be working just as hard as Hailey. However, because Kylie is launching one unrelated project after another, it does make the previous brand seem unsuccessful. feel like she's not willing to bet on it 100%. And in return, no one else can bet on it 100% either. Because if it was doing so great, why not focus on it more like Hailey is doing with Rhode? Why launch so many unrelated brands? This looks a lot like soul searching, taken on a greater scale and made public. If I were Kylie's manager who wants to see her succeed again, I would recommend taking a break to let things cool off a bit as a start. And I think that Kylie really shouldn't follow in Kim's footsteps when it comes to her social media presence. It's hard to relate to Kylie when many of her posts are sponsored ads that don't even make sense for her and clash with her billionaire status. There is a lesson to be learned from King Kylie's early popularity that came from authentic social media presence. Of course, the timing was exactly perfect for Kylie's success on Instagram to start with. However, something to note is that Kylie looked genuinely happy during the King Kylie era, and I don't think that she should necessarily go back to being King Kylie again, but focusing on one brand would be an interesting move, especially if we got to see behind the scenes of developing the product and using it every day like Emma and Hailey, for example. I really like Kylie, and I want to see her in her next popular era, so to say, because right now it's a little confusing to understand what Kylie is actually passionate about and why she's launching all these new projects one after another. What do you think Kylie should do next? Let me know in the comments. Until next time.